really excited to be here today, and we have an incredible lineup of products and speakers in store for you today. There's never been a better time to turn your passion for games into a business. Mobile gaming remains the fastest growing segment of the games industry, and Android and Google Play are at the forefront of that growth. Google Play has the most vibrant, diverse, and engaged gaming community. Gaming on Android is a global phenomenon, with Google Play reaching more than 1 billion monthly active users in more than 190 countries. Every year, we see more and more developers finding success on our platform, and over the number of games with over 1 million installs has increased by 50%. That's amazing momentum, and we're incredibly excited to see you succeed. So as remarkable as these numbers are, you, the games developers, are the real heroes of this story. The contributions of developers, like many of you in the room, were integral to the adoption of Android. So let's give a round of applause for all the developers that helped Android succeed. Everything my team and teams across Google do are inspired by you, the games developers, and the games you make. You are the ones that take big risks, that are pursuing your passion for games, for many, a passion since childhood. You eat, sleep, and breathe video games. If you're inspired by great games as we are, you want to build great games. You want to create a new style of gameplay, find a clever hack to get the best performance from your hardware, or make your mark on VR gaming. Once you've built an amazing game, you want people to discover it and enjoy it. For that, you need to find users, the right users, the ones that will love your game and make it a critical success. Most of you in here don't do this as a hobby, though. You have to turn your awesome game into a business so you can keep making games. Are you going to go free to play? Are you going to sell a premium game? Are you going to use in-app advertising? There's some tough choices to make, and every game has to find the right balance. If you have done these things, then of course you'll want to turn your game into an ongoing service to deliver to players, to keep them coming for new content, new goals, and new ways for them to share their experience with others. For the next few minutes, we'll show you how we can help you, the hero of the story, be successful. So let's talk about making great games. Think about the games you've played, the ones that inspired you to build games in the first place. What's common among the best games is that they find something new to deliver to players. They push the boundaries of graphics and sounds by integrating deeply with the platforms they run on. Mobile technology is moving fast. We now have a generation of mobile devices that are near console quality, and you need powerful tools to make them perform. And Google is working to bring you the newest and best tools to take full advantage of these on Android. Last week, we announced the Android N preview, and this year we're trying to give you earlier access so you can build and test your games with the latest generation of Android. Android N contains a lot of new features for users, including improved battery life and performance, new interactions for large screens, improved accessibility, and some new security features. And for game developers, we have some exciting additions to Android N. OpenGL ES 3.2 support, which includes great features like geometry, tessellation shaders, and ASTC compression. And also includes new multi-window features, including support for split screen on phones and tablets, as well as picture-in-picture for Android TV. For data plan-constrained players, N offers Data Saver, a foreground-only data usage mode, and you'll also be able to take advantage of new notification features like notification bundling and new customization options for relevant notifications. Your games also need to look great. So a big part of the upcoming Android platform is Vulkan. Vulkan is a new 3D rendering API, which we've helped to develop as a member of the industry group Chronos, which develops open graphic standards like OpenGL ES. Vulkan provides explicit, low-overhead GPU control to developers. Now let's take an example of that, of Vulkan running on Android. This is our Fish Tornado, running on an Android Shield TV. This demo runs both on desktop and Android with the same code, the same shaders, the same C++. The cross-platform shaders would have been much harder with OpenGL ES. Vulkan's render pass system enables Fish Tornado to take advantage of multi-pass rendering in ways it couldn't have with OpenGL ES. In January, we announced the Spatial Audio addition to the Cardboard SDK. Many apps create simple versions of spatial audio by playing sounds to the left and right in separate speakers. But with this SDK update, your app can produce sound the same way humans actually hear it. All your players need is their smartphone, their headphones, and their Google Cardboard viewer. Overall, the SDK allows more convincing 3D specializations via modeling the physiology of your head. This SDK update gives you the ability to put your players in tiny spaceships, huge caverns, with even better performance. Great audio like this can make for very immersive games and virtual reality apps. So why do you make games? To entertain and delight your players, of course. For that to happen, you actually need players. Google has a number of ways for you to find and engage with your audience. Advertisers have long been able to control who sees their AdWords ads, and in the coming weeks, we'll be launching even finer options to reach high-quality users with active user targeting for games. This new type of targeting for Android apps can show ads to users who have spent more than 30 minutes playing games or played a Google Play Games integrated game. Game developers can show their ads to game lovers and combine with other types of targeting, such as particular game category, they can reach a very precise audience. Video is also a powerful way to let users see gameplay, graphics, and features before downloading the app. And we've been exploring ways to give developers more opportunities to connect with users who view their game videos on their mobile device. And we've discovered that over 80% of video ad views in mobile apps on the Google Display Network start from devices held vertically. Over the next few weeks, we're launching portrait video ads. So users can see a full screen, immersive portrait video experience without having to reorient their device. We've seen significant improvements in both click-throughs and conversion rates from game developers using portrait video, resulting in a much lower cost per install and a larger number of downloads. Search trial run ads will be in beta soon, and will allow users to stream apps directly from ads on Google Search. With this new ad format, we're making it significantly easier for you to promote your games while giving users a chance to try a game for up to 10 minutes before choosing to download it directly from Google Search. This is a great way to drive highly qualified users to your game. For those of you who are indie developers, you'll be excited to hear we're adding a new way to highlight you and your games with a new Indie Corner in the Play Store. The Indie Corner is dedicated to highlighting truly amazing and unique indie games that users love. Here's how it works. First, you have to make a great game. You submit your game to participate in the program. Games are then featured in the Indie Corner collection in the Google Play Store. If your game gets traction with users and achieves critical acclaim, it can ascend and be featured in the Indie Masterpiece collections, which highlights the very best indie games on Google Play. Check it out today. The Indie Corner collection is live on the store. Last month, we launched gamer IDs and avatars to give users an improved Google Play Games experience. Users can choose their own gamer ID and avatar, set their privacy preferences, automatically sign into games. Our sign-in improvements also benefit developers. Automatic sign-in can make it easier and faster for players to start playing games. In the next few months, we'll be adding gamer friends to Google Play Games so that players can build connections with their friends or gamers they interact with in-game. So you can see some screenshots of how this works. You can find other players based on either our recommendations or invite them to become friends. Manage your invitations through our inbox and choose to accept or ignore requests to connect. And you'll be able to see what games your friends are playing, helping users discover new and amazing content that they might not know about. Gameplay videos are a great way to drive viral growth for your games. Late last year, we made it possible for users to record their gameplay with the Google Play Games app. Today, we're announcing that in the coming months, players will have the option to live stream their gameplay as well. We'll also be providing an API that enables you to easily add video recording and live streaming to your games. Monetizing your game is an important part of this journey. You can, of course, monetize directly through Google Play by using in-app purchases, selling your premium game, or using in-app advertising. Today, we're launching rewarded ads via AdMob mediation. You can now grow your app's overall ad revenue by adding reward-based ads from third-party providers to your app via AdMob mediation. Reward-based video ads enable users to earn in-game currency or items of value in exchange for viewing ads. You choose a reward amount, you experiment as often as you like, to find the optimal amount without having to resubmit your app to the stores for approval. AdMob mediates the ad, choosing the ones which can earn you the most. And ads will come from third parties. We have certified adapters for leading rewarded ads providers such as Chartboost, Fungo, AppLovin, AdColony, Fiverr, Upside, Unity, and many more coming. And now, I'd like to introduce Ben Frankel, who's the product manager for Play Games Developer Experiences.
Thank you, Morgan. All right, so now you have a great game, a growing audience, and hopefully you've made some revenue. And as much time and effort as you spent working on your game pre-launch, it's post-launch where you can gather enough data about your users to finish tuning your game. That's why it's important to think about your game as an ongoing service you can deliver to players. You need to think about your games as a service. And you need to do three things to manage your games as a service. You need to be able to dynamically make changes to the way your games behave, tailor and optimize game experiences for different player segments, and you need the tools to deeply understand what's working and not working for your players. Most developers that manage their games as a service can dynamically change almost everything about the way their games behave from their servers. And the best at this control almost every aspect of their game, including their virtual good inventory, their in-game economy balance, the difficulty of their game, and even what promotions to run. It's a lot of hard work to set up and manage these types of services. And if you're not a large studio with a dedicated server engineering team, every single minute you spend on this type of work takes away from the thing you're really passionate about, which is making games. Well, no more. We are excited to announce that Play Games Game Parameters Management will be launching in the coming months to make it simple to dynamically manage the parameters that drive your game. With Game Parameters Management, you'll be able to manage your virtual good inventory and gameplay parameters, manage your different currencies, and create time and location-based value overrides. The time and location-based overrides are particularly powerful. Many developers that offer time-limited content, like a new character or a weapon, still have to manually turn on and off these promotions. So let's say, for example, you had a promotion that ended at 11:59 on a Sunday. You might need someone from your team to go into the office and physically turn off the promotion. There's got to be a better way to do it. And if you're running a global games business, you want your promotions to be run at locally relevant times. And with our time and country-based overrides, you'll be able to specify country-specific start and stop times, and will automatically manage everything for you. And we've been working with our partner, Concrete Software, throughout the development of Game Parameters Management, and they are the real heroes of the story. They're the ones that inspired us to build the Game Parameter Management service because we saw the opportunity to make it easier and faster and cheaper and less error-prone for Concrete Software to manage their games as a service. And we're really fortunate today to have Keith, the CEO of Concrete Software, in the audience. Keith, you want to wave your hand over there? Excellent. So Keith and the Concrete Software team have run their first end-to-end promotion using Game Parameters Management over the weekend. And from all the reports I've heard, it's been a tremendous success. So let's give a round of applause to Keith and the Concrete Software team. Woo! Go, Keith. And in Keith's own words, Game Parameters Management will drastically cut setup time and issues, while allowing us to create all kinds of new promotions we couldn't previously. And they're looking forward to including Game Parameters Management in all of their future games. So last year, we launched the Player Stats API, which allowed you to create tailored game experiences for every player segment. We provided segment data based on percentile sessions and spend, average session length, and so forth. We also gave you predictions for whether or not someone is going to spend or churn from your games. The Player Stats API is another powerful tool for you to run your games as a service, and it's available for free today. Developer Underwater Apps has a killer application of the Player Stats API. They integrated Player Stats into their flagship title, Tap Ventures, and used the spend prediction signal to determine whether or not they would show ads to users. If a user was predicted to spend, they didn't see any ads at all. And for users that were not predicted to spend, they would see ads every single time they opened up the game. Then they ran an experiment that compared their current approach to serving ads to the new and improved approach powered by spend prediction, and the results speak for themselves. Revenue from ads was 17% higher in the cohort predicted not to spend, and not showing ads to users that were probable to spend increased the number of IB transactions by 15%. That's huge impact, and we couldn't be more excited for them. And we've continued to invest in new predictions to make the Player Stats API even more powerful. And we're excited to announce 2 new predictions will be available in the coming months. The first is a prediction of how much someone will spend in the next 30 days. And the second predicts the probability a user will become a high spender. And we couldn't be more excited to see what creative things you'll end up doing with these new tools. At last year's GDC, we launched the first version of Player Analytics, and we've made significant investments in new metrics and new reports. And most recently, we launched the cohorts and funnel reports to help you track the impact of new game features you've added to your game, learn where and why you are losing users, and to understand the differences in behavior between people who don't spend any money at all, people who spend a little bit of money, and your big spenders. And if you haven't had a chance to check out Player Analytics before, you can go to the developer console today and see the reports, see how they work with one of our sample games. And we've heard from developers that Player Analytics has had a big impact on their business. Developer Max Games has been using Player Analytics to help understand where and why there are losing players in their game Stick Wars Legacy. And with that data, they can focus their improvements to most efficiently improve retention. Max Games used the funnel report to identify levels in Stick Wars with above-average churn. And here's what Jason, their CEO, had to say. The funnel report is vital to balancing our game Stick Wars Legacy. And using the Play Games funnel report, we're able to reduce churn in level 6 by 40%. That's incredible impact. 40% more users now get to experience the rest of the game. And of course, since then, the bottleneck has moved, and they've identified more opportunities to reduce churn even further. So there you have it. You have new tools to create the best games, find the right audience, monetize that audience, and grow your game as an intelligent living service. And remember, you're the real heroes of the story, the developers. And all of these products and all these people here from Google are working for you to help make your business more successful. So go out there, make awesome games, and be the heroes we know you can be. With that, thank you.